see Caitlin Clark to the right behind the coach coming out and jawing at DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna Bonner says, yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. There's an old saying in basketball, and it is this: a series hasn't really started until someone wins on someone else's home court. Now, take this series, the finals between the Phoenix Mercury and the Las Vegas Aces. That has not happened yet. Yes, Vegas is up 2 games, but no one has won on the other team's home court. Las Vegas did only what Las Vegas is expected to do with home court advantage, and that is win at home, hold serve. Phoenix, however, did not do what Phoenix is expected to do, and that is to steal one on the road. So now the series shifts to Phoenix, and Phoenix has to win 4 games in a maximum of 5 tries. That's a tall order. But again, the saying is, series hasn't really started until someone wins on someone else's home court. And the Aces will be trying to do that in Phoenix, and Phoenix will simply be trying to survive at this point. This brings me to the purpose of this video. There are a plethora, and I'm not exaggerating, a plethora of Indiana Fever fans and other fans out there who generally do not root for A'ja Wilson. A'ja Special Whistle Wilson. Many of them use the term unlikable when it comes to A'ja Wilson. And some of that has to do with her reaction to Caitlin Clark when Caitlin came into the league. And she's got privilege, and her laughing it up with her coach, Becky Hammond, about Caitlin Clark, and her telling her teammate at the time, Kelsey Plum, about her privilege also. And then her not saying anything when she knew she had a shoe deal, and everybody was coming after Caitlin about her Nike shoe deal. And just the overall impression that people have of A'ja Wilson. And I'm not saying A'ja Wilson is a terrible person. I'm not saying her teammates don't love her. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there are a plethora of people out there who really don't root for A'ja Wilson, who are right now rooting for A'ja Special Whistle Wilson. And it's totally because people are more disenchanted, for lack of a better word, with DeWanna Bonner. DeWanna, some people calling her a quitter, Bonner, who walked away from the Indiana Fever. People are like, we don't really care for A'ja, and we wouldn't normally be rooting for A'ja, but we sure ain't rooting for DeWanna Bonner. We would rather see A'ja Wilson win a title than that we would see DeWanna Bonner be rewarded for abandoning a team and then going to another team and then talking smack when you're playing that other team to players on that team who welcomed you with open arms and then crying about it later on as well. People just don't have a lot of affection for people who quit on their teams. And I don't mean you just asked to be traded. I mean you stopped showing up at work. There was that. And then you went to the other team, and folks are wondering, was this the plan all along? And you're talking smack to Lexi Hull, and you're doing all these things, and then you play the victim. So it's just fascinating to me that we find ourselves rooting for A'ja Wilson. You can thank DeWanna Bonner for that, Aces. And I remember when I said, only A'ja Wilson, this was last year, only A'ja Wilson could make me root for the New York Liberty. And I did. And I'm I was a Houston Comets fan back in the day. I didn't root for the New York Liberty. Okay. But I was like, I sure ain't rooting for A'ja Wilson. But DeWanna Bonner's antics are such that I'm rooting for A'ja Wilson. Between Alyssa, Mack Truck, Freight Train, Dangerous Thomas, and DeWanna Bonner, I'll just walk away, quit on my team, then talk smack. And A'ja Wilson and her special whistle, I'm going with A'ja Wilson. And I can't even believe that. That is saying a whole lot. And people are further excited. Human nature, I guess. Sports fans or non-fans, however you want to look at it, people are rejoicing that DeWanna Bonner isn't really showing up in the series. I mean, earlier in the playoffs, I remember, I think it was still against the Liberty, might have been Minnesota, but she had hit 2 big threes, and that was like it in the series. And then in the series now against the Aces, she had 10 points in game 1, which the team lost because AT choked at the line. Score was 89 Aces, 86 Phoenix. But in that game, you had DeWanna Bonner, who had 10 points, but it was on 4 for 13 shooting. They lose that game. Then you get to the second game. A blowout, I would call it. 91 Aces, 78 Phoenix, and DeWanna Bonner had 4 points. So people are saying you get what you get, and it just, people like go A'ja. Now, after the series is over, I'm sure we'll go back to not rooting for A'ja Wilson going forward. But right now, DeWanna Bonner, she gets no sports love. And why is that? Let's just take a look at how Indiana received DeWanna Bonner, the vet. Remember, she's going to come in. I'm going to be the leader. I had this conversation with Aaliyah Boston, and I said, Aaliyah, do you want to win? How bad do you want to win? Because I can help you win. I can be that leader in the locker room. I can teach you something. Yes, you guys will teach me something as well, but I can really teach you something. Aaliyah, talk to me about what it is you want to accomplish for this team. Let me help you. Remember that? All the love she was shown. Let's just take a look at some of the love she was shown. I'll put all the links in the description of this video.
DeWanna Bonner. This is National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
What a sweet reception there in Indy. And the Pacers posted this. Tonight, it's Fever Night in celebration of National Girls and Women in Sports Day. You got Aaliyah Boston and DeWanna Bonner and Lexi Hall at Gamebridge signing autographs for fans. And here's another one. Indiana Fever in the house. Caitlin, Leah, DeWanna, and Lexi sitting courtside for tonight's game. So well received. And it's not just pictures. Remember when she moved into, I think it was second place in WNBA scoring, something like that. And she was so moved, and I'm not used to all this love and all the fans. And this is just, oh my goodness, I've just never experienced anything like it. So it's not just smiling for camera. It was from her own mouth that how well received she was and how amazing it was to be amongst such amazing fans. And we certainly cannot forget this Sports Illustrated cover. Let's see, we've got Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and DeWanna Bonner with the honor of being with the ladies of the Fever on the Sports Illustrated cover. So when DeWanna and company came to Indiana, the fans did what fans, of course, are going to do if you take their money, then don't show up for work, and then go to another team. They booed. That's what happens in sports. That's what happened to her. And then when Indiana went to Phoenix, it got really nasty. We ended up with some busted lips and Lexi being treated as if somehow she did something wrong, which is the part I think that really bothered fans the most, is that DeWanna Bonner and her team felt some kind of way when she's the one who left. She's the one who walked away. And the rumor was that perhaps she was upset with Lexi because Lexi took her starting spot. But honestly, I mean, DeWanna was thinking up the court. So why she taking it out on Lexi, I don't know. But after all what I just showed you, all the love that was heaped upon her that she received, this is what happens when Indiana goes to Phoenix. Here's a closer look at her behavior. Remember, this is the one who was going to show them about leadership. Now, I don't know what she said, but some people reading the lips say that she called Lexi a bum. I'm not exactly sure what she said, but it clearly wasn't nice, and she was in her face. And for what? Once again, DeWanna Bonner, you're the one who walked away from your team. But before you walked away, you just left them hanging. Who you mad at? And then after her team made it to the finals, she was asked how she felt about being back in the finals. And she said this.
Oh, man. I don't know if I've overcome it yet. It's been like a whirlwind, but yeah, it's been tough. You know, it's been tough. I went through a lot, especially like the cyberbullying and things like that. But just thankful for my teammates, my family, my kids. Yeah, I don't think I'm over it, but I'm just gonna live in this moment with them, and I've been riding the wave with them and how much they love it, and you know they brought joy back to me just watching them play that way and welcome me like that. But just one game at a time, one step at a time, each day, one day at a time. Alyssa probably gets the most. Like some days I'm just like I don't have it, you know, and she kind of take up the slack. But just happy to be back and happy to be on the court and happy to be in front of love, happy to be playing the game again and loving it. So yeah, I'm just happy.
I guess that's the part that confused a lot of people, that she was happy to be in front of love, and we thought that that's what she was saying about Indiana, but now she kind of making it seem like she wasn't. And she points out the cyberbullying, and I've said many times I'm not a fan at all of people who are threatening people online and things like that. Not sure what the cyberbullying was, but you know, I'm not down with that. Nonetheless, I'm also not down with you kind of making it seem like you're the victim and that you weren't embraced and shown love and all that when Indiana did just that, showed you love and embraced you. So that's kind of interesting how that narrative got twisted. It's just like I said, that right there and the other stuff I mentioned is why people who generally are not fans of a special whistle like A'ja Wilson gets are truly wanting A'ja Wilson and her aces to annihilate the Phoenix Mercury. And the series is definitely not over yet. And according to that saying, it hasn't even started yet. But people are still enjoying the process of what could be. You know, that's just the nature of sports. Sometimes people are not really rocking with either team, but they pick the lesser of two evils. And in this case, people are like, I may not be feeling A'ja Wilson and her special whistle, but over there, DeWanna Bonner, who abandoned and then quit, who then tried to step to people like Lexi Hall. Like, how do you do that to Lexi Hall of all people? You know, then get out there and play the victim and all that, showing your true colors. People don't like that. So people are just like, A'ja Wilson? I guess so. I did watch game one. I did a live stream on game one. Man, game 2, I just didn't feel like watching it. And I might watch a little bit more, but a lot of people aren't watching. They just checking their score. And they are like, only DeWanna Bonner and her antics could get them to root for Asia Wilson and her whistle. Whew. What a turn of events. We'll see what happens. Game 3 on Wednesday on Phoenix's turf. Who you got? I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.